Hey everyone, so this is a lesson on writing in third person point of view, and this is going to be how we write our last paper for the class. So I'm just kind of getting you ready for that because we're shifting gears in the way we use our voice in essay writing or when we come to our fourth paper. Okay, so what is third person point of view? Well, third person point of view identifies people by a proper name or noun and uses pronouns such as he, she, it, or they. Okay. But third person point of view also includes indefinite pronouns as well. These are pronouns such as one, everyone, anyone, or someone. These pronouns are going to be, good to use. Just remember your indefinite pronouns because usually if we have an mistake in point of view, it's because we used a first or second point of view pronoun when we could have used one of these indefinite pronouns to keep it in third person. Okay, so why would we write in third person point of view? Well, in academic writing, third person point of view is clearer and it allows for the writer to come across as credible. Third person point of view is the best style for academic writing. And for your fourth paper in our class, you'll write in third person point of view. So you're going to be practicing that on that last paper. We'll do some exercises in the next few weeks leading up to that last paper too. So you're getting good and used to it. Also, keep in mind, this is a point of view you'll stick with in your Comp 2 work as well. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, I did it right. All right, so what pronouns would you avoid in this sort of essay? Well, if we're keeping it in third person point of view, we do not need to have any first person pronouns. First person pronouns are I or we, and we certainly wouldn't want a second person pronoun, which is you, or anything like it, your, yourself, anything like that, okay? We want to make sure that all pronouns we use are the third person pronouns and everything we're writing about includes the specific naming of the nouns and such. Okay, so we're not using these pronouns anymore. Notice too, in your first two essays and even your cover letter, you did use I a lot. And that was okay because that was more of a personal, all of those were personal type writings. And before we can really understand third person in academic writing, we first need to write personally to establish our voice. But now we're ready to leave these sorts of pronouns behind and focus on writing about something else besides ourselves. So how can the sentence be changed to third person point of view? So the sentence reads, when reading a scholarly article, we can see it as a vastly different reading experience from reading a novel. All right, so when we're looking at a sentence like this and we're checking it for point of view, now hold on because I'm going to do some marks on this PowerPoint and I am not the quickest or the most eloquent at doing this, but hang on. So I think I got it here. Okay, so what pronoun is used in this sentence? Well, I see the pronoun we. Okay, y'all see that too? That blue underline I made. Okay, well, we know that we is a first person pronoun, so this would not be a third person point of view article. So how can we fix it so it reads in first person point of view? So what I might do, hold on. Again, it's going to take it. I'm still getting used to drawing on this thing, so just kind of bear with me. So what I would do is, whoa, I didn't want to do that. Oh, well, how did that, what was I doing? Oh, okay. Let's try to draw. Let's skip a little line there. Okay, so let's just scratch through this we here. All right, we want it to be more, we want it to be more third person. So I'm going to add a text box, which I think was what I was trying to do here. I'm going to add a text box above we. And what's something that we could say? When reading a scholarly article, we might say, anyone can see it as a vastly different reading experience from reading a novel. Okay, anyone works. Someone, I'll spell that correctly, doesn't it? Someone can see it as a vastly different reading experience from reading a novel. In other words, you can even say one can see it as a vastly different reading experience from reading a novel. What we want there is an indefinite pronoun. Okay, we don't want a first or second person pronoun. Okay. All right. We ready to move on? So, and actually, I got to clear this out. Excuse me. All right, let's see if this will do it. I'm kind of new to this feature, so. Oh, here we go. Okay. Actually, hold on. You have to erase the screen. So let me see the annotation. There we go. Okay. Now we're ready to move on. All right. Oh, hung up here. Okay, let's try this one. How can this sentence be changed to third person point of view? The sentence reads, the reading experience is so different, but you should be able to accomplish it if you give yourself plenty of time. Ooh, this one has a whole lot of second person pronouns, and we really don't like that, all right? In class, I would actually call this lesson, I don't like you. I'm not going to really say that here online, but because we don't like using you, the second person pronoun in writing. I like you personally just fine. Okay. All right. So, what pronouns do we see in this sentence? I see a you. I see another you. And I see a yourself. Okay. And how can you change this so it reads in third person point of view? If you were to turn this essay in with all these yous in it, that's going to really knock you on the style of your essay. And remember, on our essay, style is worth 20% of the grade. So we want to avoid shifting in persons on this. We want to stay in third person. Okay. All right. So this is what we want to do. I'm going to add a text box above the first you. And it says the reading experience is so different, but anyone, we would just sub with a, you might say anyone, you might say one, you might say someone, okay, should be able to accomplish it if, now we still don't want you, okay, we still got to get rid of that other you. Now we're going to say the reading experience is so different, but anyone should be able to accomplish it if anyone give yourself plenty of time. Okay, so we got to be careful here, all right. You want to have a pronoun, a third person pronoun that goes with anyone. Well, remember, anyone is singular, so is everyone, and so is someone, and so is one. They're singular. So he, she, or it. Well, we're not talking about an it here, so you might say he or she here. But remember, too, you're not going to say he or she give yourself plenty of time. You're going to say he or she gives. So you're going to want to change that verb as well. That happens a lot. And then the text box for yourself, you're not going to say yourself, you're going to say himself, herself, okay? Because it's singular, to agree with the singular anyone. Okay, any question? Well, you can't ask me questions at the moment, but if you do have questions, send me a Canvas message or an email or something like that, and I will certainly respond to it. Okay, so I'm going to undo all of this before we move on to our next little sample sentence, because we also have some things we want to be careful with. Okay, so let me see if I'm going to get to the next slide by hitting this key. Not yet. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Oh, there we go. Okay, so y'all can see I'm learning like y'all are. Okay, y'all are learning to write in third person point of view. I'm learning how to use new technology. So everybody's in the same boat right now, huh? All right, so something we do want to be careful with. The following sentence is in third person point of view, but there's still an error in it. So watch this really carefully. The sentence reads, anyone can balance their checkbook. All right, I'm going to pull up my little annotations here so I can write on this thing. I hope I'm not bothering anybody by doing this. Okay, so I'm asking myself, what pronouns do I see? Well, I have the anyone, so I know that's third person. But then I have, oh, I'm not sure what I did here. Hold on. Okay. All right. Let me get my draw feature back up. So I have they are here, But then I also have there is the pronoun that's substituting for anyone. Well, here's the thing with, let me grab my textbook, my text box up here. Here's the thing, anyone is a singular word, okay? But there, text here, there is a plural pronoun. So what you have is a disagreement, okay? Because a pronoun needs, if it's antecedent, and antecedent is just the word that the pronoun replaces, if the antecedent is singular, then the pronoun has to be singular too, okay? That's a big rule there. So what can I do? How can I fix this? I put in another text box up here. Instead of saying there, I'm going to say his or her, because we don't know the gender, but we also know it's not plural, so his or her, both are singular pronouns. So that's what you want to say instead. So the rule here is just, even though it reads in third person, it still has the error that the there doesn't agree, the plural there doesn't agree with the singular anyone. So make sure the pronoun and the antecedent are the same in number. All right, so let me awkwardly get all this text and drawing off of here before we move on to the next slide. All right, let's see if Miss Brown did all that correctly. And let's see if I can get to the nice little slide here. What in the world? It likes to think about it a little bit. I don't know what's going on here today. I have one more for you, but it doesn't seem to want to go to the next slide. But let me try something else. Let me see. All right. Okay, well, the other example is just another example of a sentence where you're looking at the singular antecedent, which is the noun or indefinite pronoun that a pronoun replaces, and then the pronoun that's replacing it, making sure that both are singular or both are plural. All right, so kind of make sure, well, not kind of, but definitely make sure you're doing that. If y'all have any questions for me, just let me know. There is a quiz on in this module right after this slideshow presentation. So if you need to rewatch this and take a few notes on this slideshow presentation, that would not be a bad idea. Let me know if you have any questions. Y'all have a good day.